Don't adjust your screen. This is not the Great Legend. This is the Mastodon. That's courtesy of Seawater 19. The reason for the beanie and the lack of glasses this evening is there was a comment made last week that Legend and I look like twins. Well, that may be the case with the beard, but that man has a lot better head of hair than I do. He can spit fire a lot better than I can. So we're gonna see shinier than ever. Gray man, how you doing, sir? I'm going live here because I want to show some books, some hauls. Ooh, that looked like fire. Just a moment. Anybody's wondering, oh, I got glare on my head. If anybody's wondering, I'm at a different spot tonight because, and this is why I'm kind of late. About 5 minutes before I was to go live, everybody descended downstairs, and as previously said, I'm in the process of a comic room. So I have a little corner etched out downstairs in the living room. So I'm sitting in the dining room right now, opposite that wonderful tree, that little tree that everyone has seen for the last year. And what do you know? It's decorated for Christmas now. Anyway, but I wanted to go live, do my live stream, and it wouldn't be a Mastodon show without losing my train of thought, would it? Hello, JB, Discovery Bay. Yes, it was way too short. I had work on Monday and Tuesday, Christmas Eve. The place I work does not shut down; they're 24/7. But on Christmas Day, there's a lot of people that they only run a couple lines. But anyway, yeah. Who's staying? Hey, Steven Spock, how you doing, buddy? It's been a while since I've seen you in here. And we had Christmas Day. My mother-in-law came down, and my sister and her two kids came down to watch my kids open their presents. My niece was in. It was a surprise. She came in from Texas, where she was doing Air Force basic training, and she came home and surprised everybody. Mark Knapp, how you doing, sir? And Christmas went by quick, as it always does, and then on the 26th we loaded up in a vehicle. It was my father-in-law's truck, and my wife and two kids and my mother-in-law, we drove down to my brother-in-law's place in South Carolina and spent pretty much the next week, that weekend in Charleston. I hate that distance for a short period of time, but it is what it is. We got to hang out, and it was 70 degrees down there. We got back here and it's 20 degrees. What the hell? But anyway, just wanted to show a few of the things that I got for Christmas. I didn't get any comic books this year. I didn't even really buy myself any. Well, I take that back. I did. Wife got me Brothor Pop. That's pretty cool. This is, I don't know what collection it is, but it's got a Hulk on it, another Thor, Rescue, Captain America. It's got all those on it. But he's chilling with the pizza. That's pretty cool, you know. Bake the snake. Let me redo that. We got Bake the snake in the house. How you doing, buddy? I'm sure you got wonderful weather down there in Florida and the Keys. Man, dude's got wonderful weather year round. I got this from my my oldest daughter. It's like a #1 dad award. Boy, that glare is terrible. Look at that. Holy crap. Anyway, got that. My youngest, and she got me this. She thought I needed a new wallet, and I actually got a new wallet this year. So this is it's hey, you know. My youngest daughter got me this. This is funny because it's actually for a brother. I mean, I am a brother, but I thought it was cool because when I was growing up, these multicolored click pens, everybody had to have one. I don't know if it was the same for anybody else my age throughout the country or throughout the globe. But you know, my wife got me my Hallmark ornament, and apparently the Hallmarks are going out. I don't know. And this was probably a terrible idea. She got me a Nerf gun. I never had any Nerf guns when I was growing up. I had Super Soakers, but I never had any Nerf guns. But this one's kind of cool. It's got the drum in it, and the dog does not like it. Every time he hears it click, he barks at it. Anyway, let me get into this chat. See what's going on in this chat here. Everybody's saying hello to everyone. I'm gonna run down. We got the Gray Man. We got Discovery Bay. He just did his comic book pop up, and they were on there talking about fake buyers. We'll say people who just get in there and they claim something, and then and that's a hazard to the community. But there's and they address that. There's steps that can be taken to address that issue. And we got Steve and Spock. We got Mark Knapp 68. We got Bake the Snake. We got John, my West Coast friend. How you doing, sir? John's Comics with Kids. All right. Let's see. Neighborhood kids are always shooting those things. Find the darts in my yard and in the back of my truck. Well, that thing had a full drum, and I've lost all of them already, but 3, so or 4. I don't know. We've been splitting them. My daughter has like a little crossbow, so so who knows where they're at, Which my wife did get me a whole big pack of them, which is continues that pattern of being a bad idea. What else we got here? When I was a kid, we didn't just leave darts everywhere. Yeah, true. Yeah, you pick them up. You pick them up. These kids these days, they don't have any respect. I want to do a couple shout outs. Kyle, the Uncanny Kyle Walker, the Prince of New Zealand, our good friend. He did a live stream the other day testing out that Jitsi, and I watched it yesterday, and it looks pretty close, crystal clear. It's I got in and messed around with it, and it looks a lot like Google Hangouts inside, but there's a lot of other things that you can do with it. But everybody's gonna try different things. There's some things with StreamYard that the only way you can use it is if you pay, get your subscription and stuff. And if you're like me, your channel's too small to justify, or I feel my channel's too small to justify paying that. I got bills to pay. So, hello, Chad. Whoops. How are you, sir? It's, you pick everything up except for like that's funny. But it was cool to see him on there with a couple of the guys, GPAP and Mysterious Mr. Pink. But that was pretty cool to see those guys on there. Next, I want to shout out, and I put links in the description down below. Who Dat Comics and Movies. He did a year in review for 2019. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but I always like to support other guys. A new channel, Two Brothers Comics, and they're rightly ambitious, like Tony Fett. Tony Fett's another good guy. That's a new guy on the scene. Did Instagram, everything. We'll call it the 2019-2020 wave that is happening now, because there's a bunch of good guys coming out there, and they're just gung ho, and it's great. They're welcome contributors to the community. Dylan's Comic Book Rants, that's another guy, young guy. So it's always good to see fresh faces. I was, not so long ago, I was a fresh face. Another guy I want to shout out is Bob World, and that man is nonstop. I sat down last night and watched every one of his intro videos that he's done for the Comic Core, basically, but they're videos on his channels. Support that man. He does good work, and I'm sure if somebody asks him, he'd probably be happy to make an intro for you. It doesn't hurt to ask. Excuse the swallowing sound. Anyway, that's what she said. So I'm going to show some books quick. Another big stack. Jesus Christ. Oh, excuse me. Oh, yeah. Disclaimer. This channel is not for kids. Got that out of the way. X-Force number 3. I liked issues 2 and 3 better than I did issue 1. So, being an X-Force fan, I'm gonna stick with it. Nobody is in control. Anybody who's into conspiracy theories would love this book. It's great. Black Mass Studios. There's a little discussion in issue 1 about about the Mandela effect. New Mutants number 4 and X-Force number 4. I really digging New Mutants number 4, or that run as a whole. New Mutants. Patrick Wall, welcome, sir. And Gideon Falls number 19. And my pick of the week. The week it came out. I read that down at my brother-in-law. So there was a bunch of stuff I read down. Dark Red, Aftershock Comics, Tim Seeley, Corin Howell. good stuff. Good vampire book. I'm really enjoying it, and I think issue 9 came out this week. One of the other hot spots that I just recently found, Sergeant Fury number 98. I love that cover. The cover's awesome. Number 136. Gotta love those yellow covers. I believe, if memory serves me right, there was an episode of The Hunt that dealt with yellow covers, like 100 years ago. Damn it. Pick this beauty up. I believe I mentioned this to C. Woodard. It's a what I thought was a Frank Bruner cover, but it's Frank Springer. And I looked at some of his other stuff, and I liked it. The Shadow, number 3. Beautiful book. Beautiful book. These are all $5 and under. Really nice shape. There's a bunch of Charltons. Really nice shape. Beyond the Grave. I love some of that old Charlton stuff. I don't know if this is a Staten. Yes, it is. You can barely see his signature on that. Uh-oh. I feel a sneeze coming. The immortal Biggie Shack. How you doing, sir? It's another Beyond the Grave, number 15. I keep doing that. I don't know how to adjust it. I don't know how to do it. But that one's pretty cool. Some things that caught my eye. This one really caught my eye. Scary Tales, number 25. Yes, that is in my comic shop tag. I reuse bags that aren't disgusting until I can get everything melted in Mylar. Legend. Some Atlas Seaboard, Planet of the Vampires. This is Broderick, and I don't know what Adams that is. 1974. My guess would be Art Adams, maybe. Baron Werewolf's Haunted Library, number 46. That was a really sweet cover. Again, that Charlton stuff. I got all the other 11 issues, so, now at least I can read the goddamn thing. Excuse me. Again, I'm in my dining room tonight, and these freaking dining room seats are sorry for the close-up. I had to pick up the Eternals facsimile. Oh, that's right. But yeah, I had to pick up the Eternals facsimile, number 1, just because, I don't know how to control myself. And I ended up with a second copy of issue 3, and nobody is in control. And for the simple fact that Black Mask is intermittent in their releases, and I don't remember ordering issue 3 from Midtown, but I got a notice that they were shipping it, so whatever. So I got 2 copies of that. I found this, another one of my spots. It's the 100 most collectible comics, and it focuses on the Golden Age. So I had to pick that up. I may or may not do a review on that. We'll see. John Sable Freelance. I'm a Mike Grell fan. I've said that. Whoops. take these out. I got these. This is the Spellbound miniseries. That's issue 1, issue 2. But I believe it's issue 4, is the second appearance of Guido Carosella, or Strong Guy. Whoops. Hang on a second, honey. Issue 3, issue 4, and I picked these up like about $1 a book. So I was pretty happy with that. Issue 6. And I also picked up the Magic Storm Ileana miniseries. I'm not going to play around with that, digging them out, because I don't think they're individually. And as Splash would say, you're monkey fingering the books. You're pawing all over the books. Don't be touching them. Hashtag we touch our books. And will you do me a favor, honey? Down on at my desk, there's a Post-it hanging on the back. Not a Post-it. Go get it.
Post-it behind you?
Yeah, on the back wall there. I also picked up Punisher magazine. And this one I thought was interesting. Orb #1. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Thank you, dear. Before I do that, I'm going to get back into the chat. What do we got? Patrick Wall. Hey, Perry. How you doing, sir? I didn't see you pop in there. Hey, Patrick, waiting for an email. I read The Eternals. My dad would have loved that story. I'm sure, JB, I'm sure. First of all, I don't read comics. Well, what the heck? What are you doing here? Anyway, not a joke I get. Summon joke from a recent stream. Hashtag find Ray Brown. Perry was lurking around and found the guy who started with that line, and Perry. Donnie, do you have a magazine box? I do, but I don't. I have these. They're short boxes, but they are a little bigger, a little wider. They are designated for CG. They have CGC all over them. If I was downstairs, I'd be able to point them out to you. But they're actual. So the few slabs that I have are in those. I have 2 of those. I don't even remember how I got a hold of those. What do we got? I'd like to have a treasury. I have the Ghost. It's a limited edition. It's not a treasury, but it's the DC version. Freaking big. Me too, Biggie. I'd love soups. Yeah, that's a cool cover. He has like 75,000 comics he's trying to sell. I want a spectacular one. Must have inherited. All right. I had said that I had got all my my on my list that I was after. I completed my Moon Knight run. I completed New Mutants. As far as I'm concerned, my New Warriors, New Gods, and I have all the Forever People except for issue 1, which that brings me to this. I showed this, and I've added a couple things, and that's X-Men 55, which is my second favorite cover in the original X-Men run. And the Spellbound, there is the Atlas books. And I was watching Golden Guys, and I threw that out there, and they, for lack of a better term, basically suggested, that's a good one to go after. But it caught my eye because I typed in those Spellbound books that I picked up, and these ones come up. And I was looking at some of those covers, and they were just, wow. Some of the pre-code stuff. So I added a couple more to the list. But a little more ambitious goal is the Marvel graphic novels. Now I have the New Mutants one. Excuse me. The Dreadstar one. And I added Super Boxers. This is number 8. Isn't that neat? Ron Wilson. I've heard of him before, but I've never been introduced to any of his stuff. Killraven from McGregor and P. Craig Russell. P. Craig Russell we know from this next book I'm going to show. Elric, the Dreaming City. Now I'm looking at number 5, which is God Loves, Man Kills, the X-Men book, and the first one, The Death of Captain Marvel. Some of them, they're pretty cheap to pick up. I'm noticing, but some of them are a little higher. I noticed the Dazzler book can be salty. And your old man that bought all the comics that closed around him and said, "Oh wow, now that's how you do it." I was vinyl and comic. Did you pick anything up good, Gray Man? I picked up a Mahogany Rush album when I was out last. I didn't have any of their stuff in my collection, so I was happy to add that. Picked it up pretty cheap. I think it's their second album. I'm not sure. Boom. The great legend. Hey, you have to check the replay, buddy. I did a little thing at the beginning. But I lost my train of thought. I was going to talk about the last this past year newsstand. Oh, right, newsstand. I love this shirt. Everything over this past year that I've what's the word I'm looking for? Everything that, as far as this community and the people I've met, um, friendships I've forged, it just I don't think it has changed me as a person. It may have. What has changed is I'm more focused now than I was a year and a half ago, which is good. What did I title this? Oh, I guess yeah, the year in review. I kind of covered that. But I've been working on weeding out some stuff. I'm going to be AOKing or donating or whatever, some books. I have donated some in the past to Bueller for his thing, because I've read the books, and they're not books that I want to keep. So other people in the community, want to see them enjoy them. What we got here? The Gray Man, 3 CDs, 7-inch and an LP, 20-pound music challenge with my mate, putting video together now. Nice. Stuck at work. I know what that means. I feel you, man. How you doing, Grimlock? That's Carson. Your cousin. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Carsons, there's Seawater 19. Hey, yo. How you doing, man? Yeah, you'll definitely have to check the replay, man, because I did a little thing at the beginning. Comics for all people. Welcome, sir. Life is all a learning experience. It is. Which is kind of what I wanted to talk about. I the people I've met in this community have taught me so much, and I'm so grateful for that. People like John, Comics with Kids, people like Evan, GPAP, people like Chad and Legend who have taught me about the community itself, and friendships to be forged, and it really is, nice. Lost track of time. Been there. But I wanted to talk just briefly about directions, and I don't know what direction I want to go with Shield exactly. With this channel, I mean, I don't really. I don't have enough ambition, I guess, to actually do something with it. You're one to talk. My daughter's sitting here laughing at me. Anyway, but I had previously mentioned I had an idea for another channel that I wanted to do. Basically, just slap the GoPro and go, and talk about what I know about local history and stuff. I mean, that it kind of like comics. That's a specific audience. But hey, if you want to know about where I come from, you know, I'll be sure and definitely to share videos when I post them and stuff from that one if I ever do. Like I said, I'm not ambitious enough, but yeah, talked about that. We got kappa. Oh, what do I got coming ahead on videos? I did a review on Bumblebee. I know I was late to the party on that, but I explain all that in the review. I put that up today. I got a couple over the next 3 days. I got some videos premiering, and I'm going to try to be there so that if anybody's watching, we can chat it up in the premiere chat. But and then I finished the Dark Crystal the TV show, and did a review on that. I'll probably drop that next week. We'll see. But that's basically as far as going forward with my channel. I'll probably try to do reviews. So I watch something, I'm going to do a movie review. I want to get back to the music thing. I used to listen to music all the time, and I don't listen to it as much as I used to, and I want to get back to that, and do some reviews on some of the music that has influenced me. People used to say that I know a lot about music, and it was I know some little tidbits and facts, but it's not what I know is like the proverbial tip of the iceberg. So I've said this before, I'm nobody special. So, but train derailed again. Oh, I don't know if he's still in here. Huh? Yeah. Oh. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's still in the chat. You'll have to call him. I don't know. He's obviously not at work. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because the train keeps derailing and all that stuff. But there was another idea I had, and I wanted to talk to JB about it. Dealing with interviewing people in the community and getting, we'll say, their origin story. I thought that'd be a fun little thing that I was originally going to try to do on my channel. But I thought I'd talk to him about it and get other inputs on the idea, as far as, if we wanted to do it wherever or whenever, or however, all that stuff. But yeah, so the music, movies, comic book reviews, that's what but those ones that are premiering, I've kind of been sitting on for a while. I recorded them before Christmas, and I got ambitious today. I was at home. The kids had a snow day today, and so I made the thumbnails for the videos and set them up for premiere, whatever. But anyway, that's all I got for this evening. Thank you to everybody who jumped in the chat, was talking it up. Chad and Seawater and Legend and JB, and want everybody to have a fantastic rest of their evening. And as always, keep collecting, keep reading, and keep sharing. Later.